Hello and welcome to the Ori and the Blind Forest 2018 Randomizer Tournament Round of 16. We are here bringing you today the match of Dedew, our first seed, versus Grimelios, our first and 10th seed. I am Aiko. I am going to be joined on commentary by Jay Halcyon. Hello, Jay Halcyon.
Hey, Echo. How are you doing this morning?
I am great, lively, energetic, and super excited for this match. How about you?
I'm very much the same. This should be a fantastic match. Grim and Dedew are both old hands at the randomizer. They're both, despite the difference in seeding here, quite good at it. Dedew has gone undefeated in the Swiss rounds, while Grim took a loss or two. But other than that, they should be pretty closely matched up.
Yeah, Dedew on his path to the 5-0 beat out Sigma and Muffin, which, definitely not names to be trifled with. So he is, that is what earned him his undefeated seed. Grim went 3-2, I believe, and defeated Vuligen in the preliminaries in a 2-0 to bring himself here today. And both of these runners play on the controller, and we've got them agreeing in SRL chat that they both want to find Water Vein in Horu. So we got some preferences here. Dedew actually told us before that he does not want a jet seed because they always make him feel like he misses something. So that'll be really interesting to see what kind of seed we get.
Yeah, I would certainly not mind a Horu seed today. That would be very interesting to watch and commentate. But yeah, with both players playing on controller, Grenade Bash seeds could also be very interesting to see.
Yeah, Grenade Bash seed would be something both our runners would have a bit of trouble with, just because it is harder to throw grenades consistently on controller, but because the input method is matched, the disadvantage would be shared. You can also see from this bracket graphic we have up that this is actually the first, I believe, at least the first at this side of the bracket of the actual round of 16 games. I believe we've only played the preliminary matches up till this point, which means that this is going to be our first, the winner of this will be our first known quarterfinalist.
That's right, and they'll be going. The winner of this matchup, this best of 3, will be going up against the winner of Wilson versus Brynhold, which, that's more in the future than they're probably thinking about right now. But those are also both excellent players, and it looks like we're underway. Aiko, what do you think we're going to see first in this seed?
I think we're going to see the screen fade to black and then zoom in on Ori with a potential good luck on your rando from the runners. It looks like Grim is giving us, but we're not going to see that from Dedew. We are going to see a game saved text from both runners, I assume. And then we're going to see them head left, and they will jump over this and then run under here and grab the first pickup. What do you think the first pickup's going to be?
I think it's a keystone. Oh, I was wrong. It's an ability cell. That's a
That's fine.
That's a bit of a dead first pickup. It's nice to have, but not particularly great for letting the runners know where it is that they're going to be going.
It does let them make a save anywhere on the way into BRB, even though they could not currently open a... It's interesting because they couldn't open a soul link on a save point they made. Oh, and wall jump. But you can't actually open a soul link even if you haven't leveled up due to experience, if you do it from a spirit well. So if these runners are forced to or otherwise want to take that wall jump that they just found into Blackroot Burrows, they can use that ability point that they found to do so.
Yeah, and that's something that trips up some new rando players. Until you level up the first time in Ori, you actually can't open the ability menu from your normal saves. Dedew did do his pretty typical, for him at least, play of taking a couple seconds to pick up the 9 experience from that Rhino.
Oh my god.
And do we have both of them going immediately to Blackroot? This is amazing.
This is unbelievably powerful. Both runners are not checking the second 2 out of the 4 pickups and are just going to run straight into Blackroot. This is beautiful. This is the kind of 3000 IQ play that I'm incredibly excited to be seeing at the round of 16.
I mean, it makes a certain amount of sense. There are only 2 pickups left, and the only configuration of those pickups that would let them go through the door to get to the wall jump tree would be 2 keystones. So it's a decent percentage play to just go straight into Blackroot here.
Yeah, but You're gonna check those 2 pickups anyway. Like, so the thinking is they're probably nothing, or one of them is nothing, which means that neither of them are useful. But like the other thing is that one of them could be charge jump.
Yeah, and having charge jump for Blackroot is incredibly strong. Bash would also be good here. Dash, grenade, any number of things that would make this area faster, but they're going to make up some of that time that they would lose from potentially getting those skills by just not spending the time running over and then altaring back.
Yeah, I mean, I guess this is really interesting, and I'm excited to see how it plays out for them. They're already rewarded with 1 keystone. If they can get 2 keystones down here, and there turned out not to be anything in the other room, or anything in those other 4 pickups, well then yeah, it'll actually turn out really well. And here we've got Dedew just leveling up with killing that slime, which is really nice because now he'll have enough to skip the darkness cutscene.
Yeah, Grim leveled up about 5 seconds before he did as he was jumping across the gap. So they've both got the ability point to skip that darkness cutscene. Grim's actually got a little more XP than Dedew, which is, I think, a little bit unexpected given their XP route so far. The Grove teleporter, too.
Yeah, that will get them access to the Charge Flame tree. Oh, and Dedew does a very nice little swag orb drop onto the platform. And our runners are essentially synced at this point. Their cycles are synced and everything. This is actually really cool to see. I think Dedew actually might have 2 ability points. I can't actually tell. But the little one looks slightly different than the one. Yeah, okay. We're getting confirmation of the fact that Dedew has 2 ability points, which means he can skip the darkness cutscene and then skip the boulders later.
Yeah, though Grim's XP is high enough that if he kills the slimes on the way down to that boulder cutscene, he should level up.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see if we get or how exactly the runners decide to go, because it might make sense for them to go for the Sigma play, as I like to call it, of just not going and checking the Raziel no EXP because it's so far out of the way. But we will see what they end up doing.
Yeah, and Grim, he told us before the race that he doesn't like to do this cutscene stack that Dedew did, so he will be heading into the Crushers once the darkness has been lifted and after he gets the dash tree. Dedew's going to be getting us some new information here, just some XP at that ability cell at the bottom.
Yeah, so for our Blackroot Burrows roundup, we found 2 keystones, no map stones, and a Grove teleporter.
Nothing fantastically exciting, though those 2 keystones do guarantee our runners that they can go into the wall jump area. So will be interesting to see if Grim follows Dedew, or no, he is going to follow Dedew down rather than going straight to the wall jump area.
What I would love to see is our runners taking that Grove teleporter, though, and checking, oh my god, that's charge jump.
And correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that actually puts the rest of the boulder escape area in logic.
Yeah, it definitely does. And Dedew tries to do the trick where you destroy the boulder with charge jump after its collision's been destroyed, but does not get the timing quite right. He'll still be really happy to have that. Did Grim just go through that with his Save Anywhere app? I'm not sure if he saw that he got charged up. But, yep, okay, there we go. Now he knows.
He definitely knows, and he's very happy about it. He's spamming that Alt-T for us to know that he got it. And Dedew finding Grenade there, too.
Oh my god. Alright, so that puts them, A, 1 skill away from grenade jumps, and B, that opens up some really cool pathing. Oh, Dedew taking a quick death here, but that opens up some potentially really cool pathing that we could see where they teleport to Grove, and then from the Grove teleporter, go to the Charge Flame area, and then just head left through the Sunken Glades without ever opening that first Keystone door.
Yeah, I'd really like to see them do that. Keeping those 2 keystones in their pockets rather than spending them would be quite the play at this point, especially as we've seen a number of players have trouble with keystones.
So the thing is, I would ordinarily like that, but because they skipped the first 2 keystone pickups, I don't think it makes as much sense for them to skip. So now we're going to see what they missed out on early, and it was a map stone. So that confirms that the head into BRB play was correct, and I'll bet neither of them think the opponent did that, so they're coming here and thinking, ha, I saved those precious seconds from my opponent. Of course, another energy cell is something they might be a little sad they missed out on, but we're going to get this delayed fake flippers check, both of them only finding 39 experience, so they're going to head up, and I expect to see both of them just make a beeline for that Charge Flame tree, now that they have Grenade and this incredible verticality from Charge Jump.
And clean water on the sea flame plant there will make a lot of the traversal of this seed much easier for them and should take away some of the concerns about needing at least 5 HP for that poison water swim at the end.
Yeah, and replace him with completely different concerns like, oh god, as soon as I find Stomp, Valley Log Swim, all of Lost Grove, and the Swamp Swim are all in Logic.
That's very, very true. I would actually kind of be impressed to see one of them make the Valley Long Swim play on just the skills they have, being able to charge jump over that spot where Stomp is helpful. And we're seeing Grim run back to check this Long Flippers pickup. This one's burned a few of our runners in this tournament, but just a health cell this time. He'll keep it, though.
I mean, 4 health, much better than 3 health. You could say 25% better, but actually, we claim it's better, more than 25% better because of that whole thing where sometimes things hit you for 3 damage and then you just die.
I mean, I would go so far as to say it's even at least 33% better.
Yeah, that would make more sense, actually, if you're looking at percentages. But you know what? That's okay. My math specialty is adding multiple numbers of EXP together, and I think I'll stick with that in the future. But yeah, we've got a quick Spirit Cavern to check from Dew. We're going to see Grim follow close behind. All he really found was a health cell and some keystones. That's
yeah,
pretty
enough
good.
keystones to refund what he spent to get in, and a health cell and an ability cell. Not a super great find there in the Spirit Caverns for our runners, but at least they aren't out the 2 keystones.
Yeah, and we're going to see here what this first mapstone holds for our runners. It's more keystones. Oh yeah. Really though, the map is pretty open to our runners. Mostly, even without the 4 keystones that they're going to find in this area because of how the keystone logic works, they have the Grove teleporter, so they can take these 4 keystones and be like, all right, I'm still not going to open that door, and just use the Grove teleporter or head up through Charge Flame and just access the right side of the map that way. And they can get into Valley Entry and check Valley Long Swim. I would be surprised to see either of them do it, but you know, it's on the table for them.
Yeah, and with 3 energy, we could see either or both runners even do an energy glitch on the door and go into Death Gauntlet early. That entire area is in logic for them, I do believe, with their current skills. So getting into Grotto early would be an interesting play.
Yeah, I really like those shortcut plays, but they can definitely burn you. Not just because you're sort of abandoning the lower density areas, but because it can make them harder to recheck later. I really like either play with the skill set though. Oh, the Mega Energy might tip it over the scale because that means with only 1 trip you can just head into that Death Gauntlet. And because Dedew at least had 3 energy before getting that, he has 9 now, which means not only can he open the door, he can open the clean water door, or the underwater 4 energy door, which he has clean water, so he can check that now. So I assume that's what he's going to be doing here.
Yeah, he's instantly heading into the Death Gauntlet and diving into the water. We'll see if he decides, yep, there he goes, plugging that energy into the door. That's a great check and a heads-up play. And he finds the Gumon seal.
All right, that's a reward that is being given for a gameplay that to do. Oh, the frog actually balanced on the peg and didn't fall until retargeted him. With that frog dead, he is not going to be able to check the Stomp Water. But he does get to check the roof, and he can come back for the Stomp Water later, unless he decides to lure it. There's a Frankie up above that he could lure.
Yeah, I was going to mention that he could make the choice to lure that Frankie. Looks like he's not going to. Grim will be checking that Stomp Water and finding just XP, so Dedew didn't miss anything too important from that, but he'll probably want to come back just to make sure later.
Yeah, and on the other hand, Grim might come back later for that 4 energy door, and we might see a little revisit for different reasons.
Grim did check that 4 energy door.
Did he? He only has 2 energy.
No, he's got a 3rd there. And he used his 4 left from the Mega Energy to open it. He's got his Gumon seal at the very least, according to our trackers.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I cannot count. And Dedew finds Dash across from the Grotto teleporter. That is a huge find. And he finds that with a damage boost. So if Grim doesn't do that damage boost, it may be a while before he gets that. But we'll see. I'd be a little surprised to see Grim not do that damage boost, I say, as he walks away from the
I guess you're going to be surprised, as Dedew's being a little bit more thorough here in Upper Grotto, checking that health cell and teeth, what we call the teeth corridor. Not finding too much there, but both of our runners finding Charge Flame in the Glide Vault.
Yeah, that's nice. It's going to let them. Well, I mean, with dash, they don't have to worry about barriers in the final escape, but it will let them destroy a couple plants through barriers. So that's pretty nice. And yeah, we're going to see both our runners checking the water vein at the same time. Grim within a slight apparent lead, but he is down a dash.
Yeah, and that dash pickup from Dedew is going to make his traversal just a lot faster in a lot of different ways, especially once he gets charge dash and has access to rocket jumps to get pickups that Grim simply won't be able to reach.
Yeah, and there we go. Dedew leveling up right away. He has charge dash now. He is the Rocket Man, the Rocket Leaf. He can do the rocket thing.
And there's the water vein. So with that, we actually do know the locations of all of our keys, because our first clue was the Sunstone in Sorrow Pass.
Yep. And that is going to mean that our runners are going to feel reasonably confident about going into go mode as soon as they have a skill set they can traverse Sorrow with. Which is to say, our runners really want Glide. They would just love to have Glide, to be real. Glide is that skill that lets you traverse Sorrow.
Yeah, and Dedew found both our runners found a fourth energy. Dedew choosing to use it to check this lower grotto vault area. With dash, this check is going to be fairly quick for him. He doesn't get a lot of speed up from it while he's moving around, but he does get the faster traversal coming back.
Yep. Grim, meanwhile, turns in Mapstone 2 and finds the Forlorn TP, so that's now in logic with only a few skills, because they have both the Dungeon Key and the Teleporter. That 4 energy door underwater is now being in logic because we have 4 energy and clean water. Those being the things that a 4 energy door underwater needs to be in logic.
That seems like a pretty logical set of things to need. What do you think? Will we see charge dash efficiency as well? This is turning into quite the seed. Do you think we'll see either of our runners make a gamble into Forlorn for any reason?
Absolutely not. The only, you make a Forlorn play in a seed like this if you need Grenade. They have Grenade. Yeah, we actually see both our runners going down here to check the Mapstone and not opting to kill the mini-boss. I kind of like that, honestly. Sure, it's going to hurt when they both find out, 40 minutes in, that mini-boss was Glide, but it seemed like a good idea at the time. And that's what matters.
I mean, let's be honest here. Both of our runners are pretty darn capable of doing Sorrow without Glide, though they would certainly prefer having it.
Yeah, I mean, Glide the Sorrow is one of those things that, for the tree, sure. For searching it for a dungeon key, maybe, if you can possibly avoid it. But we'll see. We'll see exactly how our runners decide to approach it. And if they get something like double jump, it probably won't matter as much. And wow, look at all that health. The dude has 8 health. None of that is mega. 9 health. I lied. This is an exceedingly healthy seed. A nice healthy start and a nice healthy lead for Dedew because he's got dash, which is not really related to health.
Yeah, our runners are here on parity in terms of trees. Grim making some extra checks in the Glades area, while Dedew goes back into Death Gauntlet to reach Grove. Looks like he is going to check the Stomp Water, finding that 189 XP from earlier that we saw Grim get.
Yep. And then I would not be surprised to see him head up to the Ginso tree. Grim teleports to Grotto again, but does not check that location where we know Dash to be. And I wonder if he won't check that until he finds something like double jump or climb that would let him check it without damage, or if he will just go and say, no, I want this. Dedew looks like he is going into this area, which I mean swamp. He's going to head into swamp. He looks like he's trying to set up a charge flame redirect to break this. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, he looks like he accidentally killed the frog there, necessitating the use of the spider shot. Yep, so we're going to see a swamp play from Dedew. On the left, Grim does find his dash, so that'll level out the skills. And looks like Grim is going to head for the upper either Ginso area or up to maybe Iceless.
Yeah. I would not be surprised to see Grim just sort of check everything on the way to the Ginso tree and then head to the Ginso tree. But nope, I'm a liar. He is going to head into the Ginso, or he's going to head over here. And Dedew finds Glide outside of Stomp. That's huge. That might just be go mode for him.
It very well may be, and Grim finding Warmth returned, much less useful than Stomp in this situation.
I mean, it is the last thing you get in vanilla playthrough. Oh my god, Grim finds double jump in that Hollow Grove main room. That's another huge pickup. All right, so our runners are finding skills everywhere, bringing them quickly to the point where they are probably going to feel comfortable just making a beeline for the dungeons.
Yeah, beautiful Charge Flame redirect there from Dedew on that Mortar Worm shot to get into that Stomp floor right next to the Stomp tree. Really heads up play to know that you can do that, and of course Dedew will know that sort of thing. And but the execution was fantastic.
Yeah, and I really like this from Dedew. He's showing us all that the Grotto Teleporter is actually slower than heading through Death Gauntlet if you have dash. And he, I think, is going to follow in Grim's footsteps, which means, assuming he takes the same route and doesn't go through the outer swamp loop, he will also find that double jump, which he'll be very happy about. We'll see where he goes here. If he abandons that Hollow Grove main room, we will not see it for a while from him. But yes, he is going to head there. That will be his Warmth return to his Mapstone 3, and I can only assume his double jump and Ginso visit.
Yeah, I'd be very surprised to see him skip that Kuro cutscene ability cell where we found double jump earlier, and yep, sure enough, he grabs it. So he's got a little bit of a lag on Grim going into the Ginso tree because he went to the Stomp tree first, but we'll see both of our runners in the Ginso tree very shortly, I'm sure.
Yeah, and this is something interesting. I suspect it is now far more likely that Grim will continue past the Bash tree than Dedew will, because Dedew is in that frame of mind where he's like, okay, I would like to see Stomp, but I actually have all the abilities I need. Where Grim is like, one of the abilities that is often found past the Bash tree is Glide. So for Grim, it makes a lot of sense given what he knows about where the Gumon seal is. What
now,
just happened to Dedew?
I'm not sure. Looks like. I will point out, however, that right now neither of them can actually get to Sorrow Pass without a left side teleporter, Stomp, or Bash. I don't believe it's even possible to run up from the Forlorn teleporter, much less make your way in through more normal means.
Yeah, no, you're completely correct, and I was not paying attention to that. Yeah, they need either Bash or Stomp somewhere, so I would be unsurprised to see both runners continuing further up in search of Bash and or Stomp.
I might actually be more surprised to see Grim go for that here, as he has not yet checked that swamp area where the Stomp tree is, but looks like we are going to get... Oh, when we find the 1 XP, we have now found the 2 most useless pickups in the game, and Grim is continuing upward.
Yeah, Dedew having a bit of trouble with this Charge Flame redirect. He slams it. He does it a little too late both times, and it hits the elbow, so he pushes the elbow out of the way. Costs him a few cycles there, but he is going to make his way to the mini-boss as Grim is on doing Charge Flame redirects here. I believe you can C-C jump a lot of these pickups.
You absolutely can use dash and charge jump to get into that second floor pickup that Grim has decided he doesn't want. We'll have to see what it is once Dedew gets there, if he gets it. Yeah,
we'll see what method he opts for to use to check it. We're really just seeing a bunch of EXP here so far. We'll see what these 4 keystones hold. They're frequently skills or other important trinkets. Alright, we got an ability cell from the first one. 167 experience, another keystone, and this last one, what's it going to be? It's going to be Death by Spikes soon, or 156 XP. Alright, so nothing. There was nothing in this section. Unlucky.
Very much so. And that being as high as the logic will expect them to go here, it wouldn't surprise me if our progression is actually to be found by swimming in swamp, though it looks like Grim is going to make the play for the dash plant.
Yeah, I actually don't remember if the logic could expect them to go further up with both double jump and charge jump, but even if it does, I do not expect either runner to do so, because it sucks. No one wants to do that. I think Grim is setting up. Yeah, Grim is heading to the lower black route.
That's an interesting play. He's going to be using this Frankie. He's going to be escorting it underneath these crushers very carefully so that it doesn't jump into them or get smashed, as well as underneath these spikes. He'll have to make sure that he stays far enough away from it that it does these short jumps rather than its full height jumps.
Yep, he can accomplish that just by jumping back and forth. It is not a incredibly difficult like the dash lure. The hardest part is that first part. Once he gets them through the crushers, he's going to be fine, and he is fine. He accomplishes this trick first try, as we're now going to see where where Dedew decides to head after he leaves the Ginso tree. Oh my god.
Grim finds Bash. That lets him essentially complete the seed at this point.
Yeah, that's go mode for him, and doing that lure is going to be a huge play for him. If Dedew doesn't find Stomp incredibly soon, he is going to be falling behind rather quickly, as that Bash is going to give Grim that left side access he is looking for. Wow, that is huge.
Now, interestingly, that means that Bash is Stomp locked. So, where does that mean that we could find Stomp for Dedew? It could be, I think, anywhere here in the spider area. It could be underwater and swamp.
Yeah, those would be the big areas. There are a lot of places just scattered around the map that it could be. A bunch of slow pickups, the mini boss, the far left pickup, and Grotto. But yeah, that Bash is definitely Stomp locked, and unless Dedew finds Stomp soon, that's going to be really hard for him to come back from, just in terms of how much time that he's going to have. He's going to be behind his opponent just from Grim getting to the left side sooner, and I think that's what we are about to see. Well,
yeah, he could also, if Dedew does find Climb, for example, he could break through into the lower Blackroot area that way and would then potentially find Bash. But looks like Grim is going to be doing a quick cleanup on this grotto area and heading into Swamp himself. Don't know that we'll be getting any new information from him while he does this, though.
Yeah, I would be surprised to see him swim, so that puts that out of consideration, because I believe we saw Dedew check everything else. And yeah, I think my big nightmare scenario for Dedew would be actually that he does find Stomp instead of Climb, and then just decides that he's in go mode and doesn't check that ability cell when he heads down to lower Blackroot. Grim gets his glide, so he is back in the skill lead instead of just having a skill swap. But I definitely think that even before he had that glide, Bash is just a better skill than glide.
Yeah, though glide definitely is a nice skill to have for going through Sorrow Pass. Doing Sorrow Pass, especially searching for a key like the Sunstone, which is required, is not something that is fun for anyone. Well, I can think of some people who do consider it fun.
They have weird tastes, and we're going to shun them. Grim is now heading to the left side as Dedew continues his search for a way to break floors, and it is not really going incredibly well for him. There are a lot of places one-offs he can check, especially due to the existence of clean water. And yeah, now we're just going to see him check long flippers, and he'll find that health cell as Grim decides to head left. You know, it would be some real high darkest timeline material is if Stomp is in Valley Entry, and particularly Stomp is in the Valley Long Swim, because that's like a real thing that could happen.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Grim at this point has checked all of the pickups in Valley Entry, at least the quick ones. It could be that Stomp is living on top of the tree in that 100 XP orb that is in Logic with as few skills as just wall jump, which of course they've had for a long time now. Looks like Dedew is going to make that same Frankie Walk play, though, so we might see him just find his Bash and go without Stomp.
I think he's coming over here to open the map stone, but we'll see if he decides to, from here, do the Frankie lure, because if he does, that could be real big. Huge, even.
And it looks like that's what he's going for. I know that Dedew is very comfortable with this trick, so
yeah.
I don't expect to see him fail it.
Speaking of Frankie lures, Grim was having a little trouble with the Frankie lure that you need to do to get into Valley proper, but has no problem with it. And yeah, even if Dedew does get Stomp or not Stomp, but Bash, and plays the rest of this perfectly, he's still going to be a little behind Grim because he's not going to get to the section where Grim is for another few minutes. So yeah, Grim pulling out a nice lead from this incredible play that he made to come down here early and bypass that Stomp logical requirement.
Yeah, and not having Stomp here actually letting him just not have a kill plane in play as Dedew gets his bash. Great to see him do that. So Grim was able to simply rocket jump up Valley rather than having to come around this right-hand side. And he gets fast Stompless on his first try, so continuing this breakneck pace.
Yeah, definitely some great play we're seeing here out of Grim. Dedew is skipping the cutscene into the grenade tree area and is going to be getting that tree as Grim is picking up the feather tree. So we've got some nice tree sync. In other words, Grim is a whole tree ahead of Dedew, and it's not a small tree either. Dedew needs to go from the grotto teleporter all the way to, or the grove teleporter, excuse me, all the way to where Grim is.
Yeah, and Grim has two choices here. He can go up into Sorrow or go straight into Misty Woods, and it looks like he's going to make the play into Misty Woods, maybe find Climb along the way, though it doesn't look like he's going to check any pickups.
Yeah, I mean, I think Grim is of the mind to finish his trees, find the Sunstone, and finish, which is a completely reasonable approach to the rest of the seed. And I think really what it's going to come down to is that Sunstone hunt and any difference in routes our runners decide to make. But Dedew is still checking pickups, which could end up really costing him given how little there is left of this race.
But not a lot of pickups. He only checked that plant and then headed left. So not even checking the stomp floor there with the Frankie.
Yeah, I like not checking that one because he needs the Frankie to hit this peg. So I think it makes a lot of sense not to check that one either way. But I don't think we'll see him go back for it either, which is good because he's running out of time. With Grim at the climb tree, only Sorrow left. And he's going to be able to do Sorrow Bash and then head into Sorrow itself. And we'll see what he finds there. Did he get the Valley Teleporter? He just ulted and I just realized I don't remember.
I really hope he did. Okay, good.
He did get the Valley Teleporter. Okay, that's good.
Dedew, again, still checking a couple of pickups here down at the floor of Valley. Just getting XP for his time for the moment.
Have to wonder what he's looking for. He is going to do a rocket jump all the way up. And I like this, and I really like this if he checks the EXP over here because it is in Sorrow, and I'm not sure we saw Grim check these. So if the Sunstone's here or at Kuro's Perch, it's going to be a pretty big find. Okay, so I think we're going to see Dedew check Kuro's Perch. And then save Scum it if it's not the Sunstone. Yep, that is what we're going to see. And I wonder if we'll see Dedew head into Sorrow. I think that would make a lot of sense because having the Sunstone lets him skip having to do fast Stompless because he can use the Wilhelm Frog that spawns only once the Sunstone is there and use that to break the rocks. But he's still several trees down. We'll see how their search of Sorrow for the Sunstone goes.
Yeah, and I really like that play to wait until you have the Sunstone and come back and just have Wilhelm smash that for you. It'll end up being a little bit faster routing for him. Oh, the Sorrow Teleporter. What a location for that.
Yeah, that'll be some time save if they... Yeah, no. There is no condition that makes that time save. So the question is, where in Sorrow is that Sunstone? And is one of them going to make the power play and head directly up to the vanilla Sunstone?
I mean, that...
Wait, sorry. Powerful play. I'm not allowed to say power play anymore. It's in my contract.
That Sorrow Teleporter could become handy if either of these runners didn't have any ability points to Terror Break that roof like we do in the All Skills run, but
they do.
I'm pretty sure both of them have plenty of ability points if they do decide to make that play up to the Vanilla Sunstone.
Yeah, and speaking of towards Vanilla Sunstone, Dedew is going to go up here and check this ability cell. I don't know if we saw Grim check this.
We did not, in fact, see Grim check this, but he's going to get away with it. It's just 45 XP.
Just 45 experience, not even 90 experience. 45 less than 90. I'm here doing math on stream. Oh my god. There's the
Grim's got
Sunstone.
the
It's the map
Sunstone.
zone. All right, that is going to be probably a victory for Grim, honestly. Like, he is going to just be able to head to Mount Horu, get his door warp point in, and do his final escape. This is not a hard final escape with this skill set. And all right, Dedew is also going to opt to not head up to the Sunstone, so he is going to get his soon. But I don't see any way he can get his all the way through Misty just in the time that it's going to take Grim to make his way to the final escape.
Yeah, it's definitely, as we are wont to say, Grim's race to lose. Dedew simply still has to get 2 trees, and while one of them is very quick, just needing to get a bit of help from Wilhelm here to bop Kuro on the head, and then the other is Misty Woods, which Dedew will be very comfortable going through with these skills. Grim's already at Mount Horu.
Yeah, Grim is on record saying that door warp is a stupid trick, but it would have to be very stupid indeed for us to see any kind of impact on this race's outcome.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and hope for a first try door warp, because door warp is a stupid trick and can be very frustrating if you don't get it on that first try.
All right, let's hope for a second try, because door warp is a stupid trick and it can be frustrating if you don't get it on that second try. Right.
Let's go for a third first try here.
Yeah, third try.
On the right, we do see Dedew putting that charge dash efficiency and massive energy pool to good use. Grim getting his door warp. Was that the 5th first try?
It was the fourth first try.
Thank
First,
you, Truck.
Fourth try. The first try. Yeah, that one. I'm pretty confident with that one. All right, and Grim is starting the final escape now. Feast your eyes on Kuro screaming at him. Maybe feast your ears. For an entire 2 experience. Gosh, Kuro, thanks. You shouldn't have. Really, I would have preferred you had.
What a gift from Kuro in this seed.
2 entire experience. That's multiple experience points.
That is in fact the worst pickup that we didn't know the location of.
It's the worst non-fixed pickup. In this mode of the randomizer, there are other garbage pickups that can exist, but we do not have them here with us today. Grim is setting up for fish strats. He looks like he's gonna be fine. Just needs to rocket jump and it's bonked, but it doesn't matter. He's got clean water, and he is through and is going to come out of this race 1-0 in this match, putting him at a lead against the first seed Dedew.
Yeah, and being the first person in this tournament in singles to take a game off of Dedew will have to feel pretty good.
That Baneling just went straight through a laser.
That Baneling did go straight through a laser. I didn't know Banelings could charge dash.
I also didn't know Banelings could charge dash. You know what, let's not worry about it. Ori and the Blind Forest is a game that was extensively QA tested, and therefore there can't be any bugs in it. I'm 100% sure that's how software works. But yeah, Dedew the undefeated no longer. He's now Dedew the once defeated. Has less feet than he used to. Also gets door warp. I believe that was first try. And is going to start his final escape. And he is going to be in his final escape when Dedew is, or when Grim gets that dot done in. And yeah, we are going to see Grim finishing up here real soon with a final time of, it looks like it is going to be 35:53 and 0.07. That is a pretty sweet time.
That is a very good time for any seed.
Especially for a never saw stomp, got bashed by sequence breaking into lower Blackroot seed. That really we have to highlight as the heads up play that really like put Grim from a position of being down 1 tree with the stomp tree to wildly ahead, and oh no, to do charge dash and kills his fish, but he is going to get to safety and he will just take a slightly slower vanilla exit as he bashes off these rocks and just heads up and out. He's going to be finished with a pretty impressive time in the 37s, but not quite fast enough to beat Grimelios here.
Yep, and Dedew has given Grim a GG for the first race, so he is aware that Grim finished up a little bit before him. Wow, that was quite the match. That And again, that one play, Grim deciding just to go straight for the grenade tree, see what it had down there for him, and finding Bash, where Dedew decided to search a little bit more of the map first.
Yeah, definitely. And you got to wonder how this is going to be weighing on both of our runners' minds, as they are going to be moving after this and a short break into another match. And you have to wonder if Grim's feeling on top of the world or just feels like he ended up getting lucky, and conversely, if Dedew feels like he has no chance, or if he just feels like this was some kind of anomaly. And yeah, we are hearing that we are going to be taking a bit of a quick break after this. We will get you those exact numbers once Dedew finishes his journey rightwards, reunites Naru with her loving adopted son.
Yep,
And
Dedew
yeah,
finishing up with a final time of 37:48. Both of those very good times for a seed like this, but just barely behind Grim's play down into Blackroot.
yeah. And that will be it. A good game to both of our runners, and we will be bringing you round 2 shortly in 7 minutes or so. That will be all from myself and Jay, though, and I want to give a quick thank you to Jay, to our truck, Nans and Spark, and our restreamer Griffs.
Yep, and thank you to you, Aiko. I will be coming back to commentate the second race along with Spark, who is going to be coming out of the truck. So I will see all of you lovely viewers in just a few minutes. Welcome back to this best of 3 in the Ori and the Blind Forest Randomizer Tournament 2018 between Grimelios and LostDedew. Grimelios took game 1 in a great race, and we'll be seeing which of them will take home game 2 now. I am still Jay Halcyon. Joining me this time is Sparrock. How are you doing today, Sparrock?
Oh, I'm doing great. Today we have very interesting matches, and of course this one is one of them. Later on there will be Terra versus Sigma, but for now we have game 3 of Grimelios versus LostDedew. Like you said, Hal, Grimelios won the first race. LostDedew has still gone 5-0 in the Swiss round, so he certainly knows the randomizer, and it's very well possible that he will take this race today, and then we would have to go to game 3. But of course, he could also suffer from some nerves now because he needs to win this race in order to be able to advance.
That's very true. Last seed being very quick, jet seeds can really kind of play with your routing in funny ways, not really knowing where you're supposed to go because you just have so much of the map open and you can get everywhere so quickly.
Yeah, Grimelios actually said in the SRL chat now that he is kind of hoping to get a slower seed this time. So I don't know what's the reasoning behind that, but maybe it's just that the thing about jet seeds that you can easily miss things, and you probably won't get as lucky again with a sequence break like the bash find from last seed. But we're starting here now.
Yep, and we'll have to see if we get an interesting opening like we did last time, with both runners going immediately to Blackroot before checking those last two pickups of the first 4. What do you think we'll see out of our opening this time, Sparrock?
A keystone, just a normal keystone. There you go. It's a keystone.
Playing the odds and winning. I like it.
Yep. And this, of course, with 3 other pickups still being available, that energy cell is not counting because that's always an energy cell. It's very likely that we will find another keystone to then advance through Glade, which is going to be a little bit of a less interesting start, you could say, than last seed. But I mean, really the interesting question is what the first skill is going to be that we will be finding here.
Yeah, the first skill can definitely define a lot of the run in some very interesting ways. And we see what looks like a GL from Grimelios there during his sign cutscene. He got there a little bit faster than LostDedew. LostDedew, as we mentioned last time, likes to pick up the 9 experience from the Rhino at the beginning. So that'll put his first level up a little bit faster, give him access to not only an ability point, but being able to open up the ability tree.
Yeah, it's a safety method that he likes doing in case he would need to go for an early Blackroot Burrows play, like in the last seed. In this seed, it's not going to be needed. They are already on 3 keystones, so that's more than enough. That's a 4th keystone, so putting in 2 keystones, they're going to check the fake flippers pickup here. We'll see if they keep it. Okay, LostDedew sees it's just energy regeneration and does not want to keep it, so he's a little bit ahead of Grimelios, who actually chose to Alt-R without really seeing the pickup. You don't have much time to see the pickup, and then he had to reload because he didn't want to have the time lost from the Alt-R.
Yeah, and LostDedew finding both our runners now finding that map stone on the health cell in Glades. That's a nice thing to find early on. You know that you can plug it in at this map altar immediately, not have to double visit this area.
And it's wow, okay.
The water vein. Wow. Okay, we have keys that don't want to hide today for these runners. Finding both the water vein and the Gumon seal naturally last seed, and the water vein on map 1 this seed.
That is something I've never seen so far in Randomizer. Of course, there's a lot of pickups that you can have, but water vein being mapstone 1, that's pretty nice. Let's hope that we don't have something like Sunstone in map 7.
Yeah, of course, our runners have cleaned out everything that they can get to now except the wall jump tree, so we're coming up on that very first skill, unless the seed decides to give them something like the swamp teleporter.
Oh yeah, they do have a mapstone, could also be like the grotto teleporter in order to turn that mapstone in, but I'm going with vanilla wall jump.
I'm hoping for a charge flame here.
Oh god,
And it is the
swamp
swamp
teleporter.
teleporter.
Okay, so you kind of cursed this out. There's no other way. Our runners will have to make use of that swamp teleporter. They have no way to get anywhere else. They can turn in a map stone, and can they get another pickup there actually with their current skill set?
With their current skill set, they can get the map stone turn in. They can pick up the map stone that is in the tree above and to the left of the map pedestal that they'll be running to. And they can also actually pick up the health cell in Horu Fields with a tricky little jump and vault.
Okay, so 3 more pickups, and one of them has to be further progression. Maybe they will find another mapstone, and then they will have to turn it in after finding the Grotto TP. I could, I could imagine the seeds giving them a progression like that, but we will find out shortly.
Yep, Dedew looks like he's going to check the map stone pickup here, and
Oh
it is
god,
the Grotto
it's Grotto
teleporter.
TP. Oh god. Okay, so
map 2. Oh my goodness.
whoa. Wow, we're really good at predicting the seed hell. So what's next?
Well, I'd like to see at least one of our runners check the Horu Fields health cell before heading to that Grotto TP. It's going to be a faster check to do. And then I'd like to see both of our runners skip that cutscene on the bridge and get a few free checks in that the logic doesn't expect them to do, hoping to find some more skills. But Dedew and Grimelios both coming up on this tricky jump around this elbow. I expect they'll both make it look effortless for us. Dedew gets it in 1.
And Grimelios will try it pretty soon. Not first try. It's pretty tricky jump without wall jump actually, but yeah, that's the 3rd try. Only 1 keystone for that pickup. So I think the last pickup in logic is the mapstone turn in Grotto now.
That is correct. And well, both of our runners were less excited to see a jet seed last time, and their wishes have been granted, it appears.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna predict further, and I'm gonna go with the charge flame in the mapstone pedestal. Just
yeah,
so
I see chat pointing out the sea flame on the mapstone, and then even getting the Grove teleporter at the 100 experience underneath Charge Flame Tree.
Ooh, okay, my prediction was not going to be that cruel. Just the sea flame and then wall jump on the XP, but we will find out shortly. Both of these runners have an ability cell, and did Grim try to skip the bridge opening cutscene? You got it, sir?
He skipped the cutscene. He did. Oh, it's grenade.
Okay, that's not charge flame, but still meets of breaking blue things. So next pickup in logic is the 100 XP at the charge flame tree. But look at that!
Did you just find Stomp by doing that sequence break with bridge cutscene? I'm sure Grim will find that eventually, but that's going to be a huge benefit for Dedew. Also being able to check this health regen and one of these 2 logs. And he finds 77 XP on that one. Oh no, I hope he doesn't die to this. Oh, okay, good.
Nice.
Grenade and charge jump being the 100 XP.
Okay, so this seat is opening up quite fast now after this very interesting early progression with charge jump and grenade. And of course the Grotto teleporter. There are lots of pickups available in Grotto now. They can also make the Spirit Caverns play and the Blackwood Burrows play now.
Of course, at this point, the problem becomes that the seat is so open because they can go anywhere on the right side of the map.
Let me think if they go swamp. Probably not, right?
They can go to swamp. I'm not sure if using grenade to break that floor in the drain is in logic when the floor is when the water is dirty. But we have a big split from our runners here. Dedew going back to the Hollow Grove area with his stomp pickup and writing something with his mouse. Oh, just hi, it looks like.
Maybe.
As Grimelios is heading into Blackroot Burrows.
Yeah, that's Blackwood Burrows is a pretty interesting play from Grim. There are lots of pickups here in logic, and it could be his progression. Looks like Dedew is trying to go for Grotto from the Mapstone altar area.
Yeah, probably just looking for a high density of pickups, where it wouldn't surprise me if Grim is thinking about getting that third tree and thus his first clue, and hoping that it's not the water vein clue.
Yeah, they already got that. That's 3 experience on this pickup. Okay, Dedew stream is having a little bit of trouble here, so I think we should just focus a little bit on what Grimelios is doing here.
Yeah, he's going to continue here through Blackroot. Having Grenade will let him skip a lot of these platform cycles, and while not an in-logic play, he can actually use that Grenade and Charge Jump combination to check the dash plant here if he so chooses. It's a little bit of a tricky throw, but it is possible.
Ooh, that's a nice platform cycle there. I don't actually know if you can really control it in a randomizer, but he gets a nice cycle, probably saving like 4 seconds or something. Chooses to go for a little bit of a slower method by dropping the orb on the next platform instead of the platform before that. And now he's probably, like last time, gonna be just skipping the cutscene instead of doing the cutscene stack here, because that's just something he likes better.
Yeah, and as Dedew's stream gives us a little bit more information here, he's going for the butter cell check. This is a really interesting play. He must have found clean water in the interim, because he's not dying as he dives in.
Oh yeah,
finding a mega energy for his trouble. This is shaping up to be quite a split. And it looks like he found wall jump as well.
Maybe he will do Death Gauntlet next. Now, oh, okay, taking a death to the Rhino, but he rekindled his save, so throwing lots of grenades at it.
I'm a little bit surprised to see him fighting this Rhino, rather than just charge jumping over it, but
maybe he wanted the XP.
Could be. We do know Dedew likes getting XP from rhinos.
That's right. Okay, so with clean water.
Oh God. The fish.
He has not much health, both of them being on 3 health here, so that fish is kind of a jerk to him, but he's in the clear now. Just 560 experience. Not gonna be enough to level up, and he's choosing to ult R in order to get out of here.
Yeah, on the left we have Grim continuing his play down to the boulder escape area. He'll be able to clear this without any trouble, though it is still a sequence break for him. Without wall interaction of any sort to charge jump up the left side of these crushers. But making an excellent work of the jumps across them.
Yeah, he wants to keep the Frankie alive here, of course, because he does not know when he will find Stomp. Dedew already has found Stomp, and Grim will probably find it. It was the pickup at the Grotto Bridge cutscene skip kind of thing. Grimelios will definitely get that when he goes down for Grotto again. But of course, he doesn't.
Finally coming back for his charge jump pickup.
So he's a little bit ahead in skills now, Dedew that is, because Grimelios has been checking some other pickups and not really found anything for himself. Looks like he's probably doing, yeah, probably the Spirit Caverns check now.
Yeah, and Dedew choosing to go for that those more pickup dense areas rather than, oh no, accidentally alt-Ring a little too early there before grabbing the pickup at the Frankie Walk. Just an ability cell there. I think Grim has already checked that one.
Oh God,
Grim finding the Sunstone as well, so we have both of our keys. What mode is this game being played in, Spheric? I thought it was clues, but it doesn't look like we're gonna have any clues.
No, I think we have, like, looking at Grim's trees, we should have gotten the first clue, but does not matter at this point, because like 10 seconds after he already found his second dungeon key. But that's double jump for Grim.
And that's going to be very handy until he manages to find that wall jump.
Oh, for a quick second, forgetting that he already got that experience pickup.
Of course, we didn't see Dedew find wall jump, so we're only thinking he does because of what we've seen him do, but he, as chat's pointing out, he could have jumped off a micro ledge there on that wall, and until we see him actually wall jump in a place where there's not a micro ledge to jump off of, or wall jump extensively, we don't know that he has it.
And with charge jump, he's not really likely to use it at many points, but maybe. Okay, he would have probably wall jumped on the wall right there.
Or right there. So I don't think Dedew actually has wall jump at this point.
Yeah. We'll find out shortly, but at the left side, Grim just found extra double jump, and he of course has already found his double jump, so he can immediately put that to use.
Yeah, this seed opened up really quickly, and thankfully for such an open seed, it doesn't look like our runners are going to be spending too much time running around and not knowing what to check.
No, they really only need enough skills to get to the trees now. I mean, of course, Dedew does not know where the sunstone is, but he will certainly find that once he's checking left glades area.
Yeah, and I'm sure he'll make a revisit back there once now that he has charge jump and to go with his stomp and grenade. And
we will see Grimelios probably picking up Stomp shortly. He's taking a quick detour in order to check these two pickups. Only finds the ability cell in the Petrified Plant. It does not have wall interaction either. And a Mega Health. So it's nice to have that knowledge that there's nothing here, but doesn't really give him anything right now.
Yeah, Dedew finding wind restored as well there in the crushers to the right of the dash tree. I'm pretty certain. Oh, the Sorrow teleporter from Grimelios there in Glide Vault. That's it's not Glide that the Glide Vault is named for, having been found there a few times in the last tournament, but it is a good substitute for Glide for getting to that charge jump tree.
Yeah, and the nice thing, one thing that did not happen in last seed, they had to look through Sorrow to find the Sunstone, but now Grim already has both of the dungeon keys, so he doesn't really need Glide for anything now that he has the Sorrow teleporter.
Oh, Dedew taking a death there. He was trying to stomp open the stomp floor here into lower Blackroot, but it doesn't look like he wanted to go down there just yet. I think that's our confirmation that he indeed does not have wall jump, because that would have been a definitely good place to use it.
Yeah. Grimelios is checking a really far off pickup with triple jump and charge jump. He can reach that pretty fast, actually, not having to take the slow way, which he cannot do without wall interaction anyway. So, but it was
just
nothing.
Finding rogue teleporter, deciding to leave it there. I definitely see a good reason to do that. It's not the greatest pickup to find here. Excellent use of that double jump wall interaction to get the health cell in left grotto. Finding a fourth energy. We might see him make a play down. Yeah, it looks like he's going to go for that grotto vault too.
Yeah, convenient spot for the fourth energy. He can immediately put it to use right here. Of course, that means he cannot save, but he's probably fine. Dedew is having a little bit of trouble going through the spike area. Not going for it again, so it probably wasn't anything important.
Yeah, it was just an ability cell.
And he will check the same pickups that the Grim just checked, like the two right pickups here. What's really going to be interesting is what Grimelios will find in this grotto vault area. And
Dedew, bit of a death there. Oh, it looks like it was intentional.
Yeah, you get save scum quite a lot in grotto when you have the right saves positioned. This is a little bit potentially dangerous for Grimelios. He cannot save and checks this ability set and now has a damage boost, but he's fine. Was just a keystone though, not too
Dedew
important.
picking up his Sorrow teleporter. Of note, Dedew did not go back to left glade, so doesn't have that double jump that Grimelios has to even sort of pretend that he has wall interaction. So a lot of this grotto area is going to be much more difficult for him to work around.
Okay, but he has a Mega Health, which could potentially enable him to do some damage boosts. But he cannot check all the pickups that Grimelios was able to check, like the health cell in the left part of Grotto. He could not check because he doesn't have his pseudo wall interaction. Is there a micro ledge there?
There is absolutely a micro ledge there, and and Grim finding the Gumon seal. So that's our third key already found in the second race already.
18 minutes in, third dungeon key. So Fordot is probably not important at all. They already have grenade, and there's nothing really that grenade-gated pickup would give them now. So pretty nice seats so far. Okay.
No. Dedew deciding not to go for the mini boss, but it's climb. That's gonna give Grimelios not just climb charge jumps, but grenade jumps, which is huge.
This will save him like 40 seconds or something when he's finishing the final escape, if Dedew does not get it. So it's an immediate advantage that Dedew will probably not get. Also, having the Sorrow Teleporter will make the traversal a little bit easier, but they might find other skills to do that. But yeah, the advantage in the final escape is certainly something.
Yeah, in addition to just being able to move around more comfortably, and of course, that's all ignoring the possibility that Grimelios will use some grenade jumps to move around the world more quickly, even.
For now, they will just be clearing some more trees. Don't really care about the clues because we have all the dungeon keys. Yeah, it's really just look for some more skills and go for all the trees that you can.
Well, I'm sure Dedew would like some more trees for clues because he still doesn't have the Sunstone, and he still doesn't have the clue to the Sunstone.
Oh, that's right. But maybe this is the glitch check now.
Yeah, we can hope that it will be.
So with climb, charge jump, and stomp, and looking at the direction that Grimelios is taking, he will probably go for the stomp tree next, doing a swamp entry here soon enough.
Yeah, I wouldn't be at all surprised to see that. Dedew finding his Sunstone, so that'll be nice for him. Grimelios finding Warmth returned. Always good to know where that pickup is so that we can complain to Sigma later about having such a useless pickup.
Yeah, and sadly vanilla Warmth returned isn't in logic. We do know that now. Grim also found extra air dash. It could potentially become useful if they find dash somewhere. We have no idea where that is in the seed so far.
Yep, and Dedew finding that extra double jump doesn't have the normal double jump yet, so doesn't get any use out of it, but hopefully he'll go and check that wall jump loop. But he altars out of Spirit Caverns. I wonder where he's going to go now.
Looks like teleporter maybe. Or Blackwood for some reason. No, teleporter. Teleporting to Blackwood powers TP.
We might be seeing a lower Blackroot play from Dedew here for a little bit more split as Grimelios makes his play into the swamp loop area. We'll see how much of this he decides to clear out before heading over to the swamp entry area.
If there is bash on the ability cell down here in Blackwood Burrows again, that would be quite something. Dedew is checking it. Okay, just energy. But this puts him on 4 energy now, so he can also get these 4 energy doors.
Yeah, Grimelios having found his way up to 6 energy thus far. Deciding not to stomp that floor in the heat of the moment. It's easy to forget you have skills like stomp sometimes. And now a 7th energy. Wow.
Yeah, lots of energy. So far, they don't really need it because they don't have charge dash, because they don't have dash. And that's like the one thing which you can put the energy to use.
Yeah, though it will let them save pretty much wherever they like. Dedew having a little bit of trouble getting back out of this lower Blackroot area.
Yeah, has no wall interaction, so has to do damage boost charge jump strats, but he's through now. And it takes a little death to the laser there. Oh god, yeah, that's the problem. No wall interaction.
Oh, there, Grim found something to spend energy on. He found Charge Flame.
Woohoo, will definitely not use it like anywhere because he has grenade to break blue things. Maybe in the final escape. he can put it to use. But apart from that, yeah, not really many places.
Yeah, it can definitely be nice to reuse there in the final escape. And Grim decided to use climb charge jump on that. Oh, there's a rocket jump or grenade jump. Decided to use climb charge jump to get into swamp rather than stomping. He may have completely forgotten that he has stomp.
Or maybe he just doesn't care. But yeah, it could have very well forgotten about it.
Of course, both these players being on controller, a climb charge jump is much faster than for those of us who play on mouse and keyboard, where we can't do such nice things as have a charge jump charged already when we hit the wall.
Yeah, like the pre-aiming thing. Oh wow, that was nice by Dedew, doing the charge jump on that laser wheel. That's pretty tough. It looked fairly easy with Dedew doing it just now. And
yeah, that's a very difficult trick to pull off, and he did it first try. So Dedew's approaching his light grenade tree now. We of course already have the light grenade, and he has plenty of ability points, so that cutscene skip was no problem whatsoever. Grim heading back into swamp area. I think this almost has to be a Ginso tree play.
Yep. It's Ginso. He has the needed verticality to not only make through Ginso, but also skip this cutscene trigger without having to do the rekindle save method that you would otherwise have to do here. So we will find out what's gonna be in Ginso, and Dedew also teleporting to the swamp teleporter. He also has both of the dungeon keys. Still doesn't really have any wall interaction, missing climb and double jump.
Yeah, and Ginso tree without wall interaction can be a bit spooky. So we'll see if he decides to head in that way anyway. Meanwhile, Grim just ahead of him in the Ginso tree as Dedew puts in the water vein. Moving through this teleporter room. Very easy thanks to that double jump that he's found.
Yeah, Grim is kind of scouting for us here. Dedew will probably check all of the Ginso pickups as well, but we can see on the right side the problems of not really having water interaction makes these jumps very tough. Dedew put a safety save up top here, so he can try this again and look at that. It's a pretty tough jump, really. Okay, he's on it now.
Yep, and Grim using charge jump to make short work of that mini boss. We'll be continuing up to the bash tree very shortly. I wouldn't be surprised to see him check these pickups still. There's not really a good reason to skip things in Ginso tree when it's available this early.
For Dedew, checking these pickups will be a lot harder. He will have to damage boost there, and probably he needs to save and just check them and can then decide if he needs them. Grimelios, of course, could just use his triple jump there, and when you go through a teleporter, your jumps are reset, so not a problem at all. More energy on the bash tree. He's on 8 energy now.
Yeah, as well as 6 health. More than Dedew. He's got enough to make it through that final escape, though of course Dedew did find that clean water pickup somewhere while we were having troubles with his stream. So we don't know where it's hiding. For Grim to find, but Grim does now have enough hit points to get through the final escape even without it. Finding the Valley teleporter as well.
That is nice. Like they have Sorrow teleporter, so also with climb, charge, jump, and stomp, it's fairly easy to go to Valley from the top of Sorrow teleporter. But just having the teleporter is nice to just have the teleporter. Like you don't need to worry about activating it or something like that.
Yeah, it also means that Grim can get into the valley area without needing to fall down out of Sorrow, which he may not want to do without with the current mobility that they have.
Also does not need to do because they have all the dungeon keys already. This is really the one thing that would normally kind of limit you on what you can do in Clues, but having all of the dungeon keys, this is really again just cutting down all the trees that are left, and only left side trees left for Grim apart from the grenade tree, so he's making the Sorrow play right now.
Yeah, and this area shouldn't be too bad for Grim. This area was actually designed to be the area where the game shows off, hey, look how useful having climb and charge jump at the same time is. So having climb and charge jump will make moving through here a little bit easier for him. He won't be able to bash off of these spiders, though, so he'll have to damage boost at least once.
That was very nice so far. He has Stomp, so yeah, he can just stand there, stomp the wall, and he's already at charge jump now. This will be a lot tougher for Dedew. Like, with his current health, it's probably even impossible. He has nothing to grab onto walls, and also he does not have double jump. So he will have to find further progression.
Yeah, Dedew picking up that Valley Teleporter has made it up to 6 health with a couple of health cells found in Ginso, and as well as 6 energy. Now waiting for his save cooldown, it looks like, so that he can grab some of these more pickups in this key dupe room.
He has the damage boost quite a lot, and looks like it's only 2 damage from the spikes, but it's spared him to kind of have to wait. And oh, looks like there was some pickup that he wanted. The ability cell. Oh, okay. What is Dedew trying to do here?
It's difficult to say. I'm not really sure. Well, while Dedew figures out what he wants to do with those pickups, there we go. Gets his Altar. On the left, here's a bird.
Yeah, we have already seen that bird for Dedew in the early game because he found Stomp very early. Luckily, that cutscene only shows once when you have Stomp, so when Grim will go through this area again for the final escape. Oh, cool. There's clean water.
Grim is still looking for something. Apparently not quite comfortable with playing through Misty Woods with his current skill set. Or perhaps making it up to the Feather Tree. So he's going to be searching around here. Finding that clean water pickup opens up a lot of pickups. And then we'll see where he decides to go. As Dedew starts to go through the swamp loop that Grim cleared out earlier.
The pickups that Grimelios is checking right now, I mean, we haven't seen it, but it was not possible for Dedew to check these pickups, but wasn't really important, just a keystone and some XP. And this one is going to be just more experience, so not too important. I still wonder where wall jump is, but Grimelios doesn't need wall jump to finish out this seed.
Yeah, Dedew having to save scum that pickup there. With that wall interaction, you actually can't get up out of that pit.
Yeah. Nice thing that he remembered that. Just shows his experience. He can easily forget not having one interaction. Oh, nice by Grimelios there, making it over the insta-kill spikes with some triple jumps and climb charge jump combinations. Oh,
yep, and
wow.
there Grim finds Glide. We'll see if he decides to go from there. Dedew finding his charge flame. It's like, and dash for Grimelios in the spider area. Wow, that was loaded.
This is really huge. Dash and glide speed up the whole Kuro rock stomp thing a lot, and then also Misty because he now has rocket jumps. Oh look, there's wall jump for Dedew. Finally finding some wall interaction, but Grimelios is really dangerous for him, right? He already won the first race, and it's probably safe to say that he's quite far ahead actually in this game already, as he's making his play for the grenade tree, which Dedew already has gotten. But after that, Grimelios really only has to do the feather and the Misty Woods.
Yeah, and that dash find letting him rocket jump off the Baneling and making very short work of this area. Dedew having found wall jump. Wow, this seed expected them to go a long time without wall interaction with climb down at the grotto mini boss and wall jump in the stomp area.
Well, Dedew has been without wall interaction for 30 minutes here, so yeah. Kind of doing what this... Ooh, okay. Taking some damage here to the spikes. Did stomp a little bit too far to the right. But he's still missing something. which Grimelios has, like double jump, for example, would be really nice for him here. Still can't really make the Sorrow play just yet.
And deciding to go for the swim here, Grimelios on the left actually deciding to drop down through Sorrow to get to those Stomp Rocks over Kuro's head. This is a decent, pretty good smart play. It's probably faster than trying to rocket jump and charge jump damage boost your way through the right side of Valley.
He could reach the Kuro Rocks with a grenade jump from the... Also, he has Wind Whisper. He has a lot of means of getting to the rocks, but I think all of these methods are roughly taking the same time, so it doesn't really matter which method he's taking here. And he's on his 9th tree now, so all he really has to go to Misty. LostDedew is checking the long swamp swim with having clean water, not really finding anything. Of course, we now know where every skill is except Bash. We still have no idea where Bash is. So LostDedew will probably not find further progression.
Yeah, and Bash definitely makes Misty Woods a lot easier, but I'm pretty sure Grimelios, being a longtime veteran of the Randomizer, is not afraid of doing Misty Woods without it.
And LostDedew is trying to do the Sorrow play now. He has wall jump, so he can jump from the walls a little bit. But yeah, these spikes are still very spiky and... Okay, can get Ultra Defense. So can take 2 damage boosts here. Maybe this is possible. If
I believe it's possible to do this with just 1 damage boost. If he wants to, there's actually a micro ledge here on the left wall, right where he just was.
Ooh,
he could reach, but makes it. Very nice play there.
Yeah, that was pretty tough. He's still not through though. He has a lot of energy, so he can regain his health by saving, and he will have to damage boost some more. And I think these spikes deal 3 damage. He only has 6 health. Maybe he has found health regen, so he can take 2 damage boosts here.
Yeah, on the left side, Grimelios getting his 10th tree, as the truck reminds us that Bash can be in Sorrow Sorrow Pass at this point. With the Sorrow Teleporter, Glide, and Stomp, as well as Climb and Charge Jump, all of Sorrow is in play, even without Bash.
Oh yeah, Bash is actually... I kind of get the feeling that Bash is in Sorrow very often, like when you have Glide. And yeah, Grimelios is already onto his final escape. Only missing Wall Jump and Bash, that's a pretty doable final escape, especially with having grenade jumps. And LostDedew is really struggling to make it to the charge jump tree. He has nothing, and he has no idea where progression is. He has checked so many pickups.
Yeah, looks like he's going for a tricky stomp here to try to destroy this vertical wall, but has to get a wall jump off of the wall on the other side to do it, and can only damage boost once.
As Grimelios is already in Mount Horror, he will attempt his door warp here. Maybe he will get it first try this time. No, this door warp is still a trick that it's a special trick. Let's call it special. While a frame perfect trick, you have to press up on the same frame the game loads.
Oh, LostDedew getting the stomp on... There we go, as Grim's through. LostDedew getting the stomp on that vertical barrier, but getting it on the stomp where he dies again. So he definitely can land it. It's just a question of getting it that first time.
Yeah, and then he has to be pretty quick to make it with the damage boost. There we go. Makes it immediately saves. Now he can probably damage boost again. Yeah, through these spikes. And he's through, but that still does not mean that he's reached charge jump though. And Grim is already in the final escape, so probably not gonna be able to win this race. And he's actually making the play for the Kuro Rocks now, as it looks like.
Yeah, Grim taking a damage boost in that elemental room. He can get away with that thanks to Ultra Defense and Clean Water here. All he has left is the fish, and then this final round up and a grenade jump. Doesn't spawn Kuro.
Yep, with Glide that was a fairly easy skip. It's the skip that you're used to when you're running this game in basically any category. And he's setting up for his final grenade jump. Casually throwing some grenades.
Oh, and Dedew falling into the Kuro trigger. The kill plane there. Trying to get out of Sorrow Pass just is not going well for him. As Grimelios finishes out GG with a 2-0 victory over Dedew.
I have to say, Grimelios has been shown a really impressive performance throughout both of these seeds. Finishing both seeds with sub 40, that's very impressive.
Yeah, it is, and with very good routing from him on both of those as well. Ooh, Dedew getting a nice stomp off of the bird there to gain some extra height. Very heads-up play and use of the enemy. Unfortunately, it's not going to quite be enough to overcome the deficit in abilities that he picked up versus Grimelios, who just finished, with a final time of 39 minutes and 20 seconds.
It'll still be tough for Dedew to finish out this seed. He will find out shortly that Grimelios has finished. It'll be interesting to see what he decides to do after that. Maybe he will try and finish out the seed. He's keeping, well, he keeps looking for pickups. Still could find Bash, which would put him in a pretty comfortable position.
Yep, nothing there for him. He's gonna Altar back rather than go into Misty and start looking for something to make his trip to the charge jump tree either easier or possible. Of course, the only pickup we don't know about is Bash, and well, we know where the other ones are, and he's not where they are right now.
Maybe the closest pickup to him right now is like, okay, Warmth Return, of course, but Climb in the mini boss. He's probably thinking about mini boss at the moment, because when you're progression locked like that in a seed, oftentimes it's actually at the mini boss, and this also holds true in this seed, because there was Climb there, and Climb's really making the charge jump play pretty trivial.
Yeah, the mini boss, as well as you know, it's kind of a meme in the tournament thus far, but Progression Vault, which is where Grimelios found Glide. So Dedew coming down into this lower left grotto area, finding himself a health cell, wall jumping up to grab that XP, and then diving into the clean water to get yet another energy cell. If he finds Dash there in the spiders area, all that energy will be really useful. For now, it just lets him charge flame a lot.
Yeah, and he would certainly like to have more health than energy at this point, because health enables him to damage boost, and that would make many things available a lot easier for him. Like, for example, the Sorrow play, unless he finds the other skills. None of these skills that he needs are here, but he's just gonna keep looking. And I think there was a health down here, so that's something at least.
Yeah, he does have Ultra Defense, so double jump, dash, more health, even ability points, which would allow him to zombie Ori through... Nope, just some XP and a map stone, which allow him to zombie Ori through the Dorito Cave with charge jump. Would all be welcome sights.
Yeah, he has already opened the wall that he had to open with Stomp after the Sorrow TP. So he will not have to do that again, but he still needs more health to really damage boost through to the charge jump area. But this is not the right direction for... Okay, so there's one experience. Thankfully, we now know where that is. We also have Warmth Return, so the two most useless pickups have been found again in this seed. Will you be checking?
Looks like he's
Okay.
looking for a save.
Okay, now he's checking Drainless Cell.
Yeah, needing that save to check that XP easily without double jump, it's very difficult to get up onto that ledge if the water is already filled into that lower area. But the way he did there, very heads up, remembering that that play exists, breaking the wall, immediately jumping down, and while the ground is still dry, charge jumping off of it.
There was nothing in the map stone for him. For all Dedew knows, it could have been Bash, and that would be nice. But just was it experience? I think it was experience. So he's still looking. You can see that he's taking some time to think about what pickups he can still check. Because at this point, the seed feels pretty starved to him, and he just has to look, and more and more one-off pickups will have to be checked by him.
Yeah, and we see him heading into left glades again. We may see a wall jump tree area check. There are 2 pickups down there he didn't get yet. Looks like he might be going to spiders, though, which would also be a good place for him to go. So really, heading in this direction is kind of what we all hope to see Dedew do.
He has a lot of energy, so like you said, it's pretty trivial for him to check the 4 energy door in Sorrow, which contained Glide. So that would make Sorrow accessible. After that, he only needs the climb tree, which can he get up there even with his current skill set? Maybe not even with Glide. Like, he can't double bash, he can't rocket jump.
It's doable. It's tricky, but I'm pretty sure Dedew's played enough Randomizer that he'll be able to handle it.
Well, he will find Glide here pretty soon if he continues after this pickup, and looks like he does.
Yeah, I'd be shocked to not see him continue through here. He's very clearly looking for something to make Sorrow Pass easier, and hopefully Misty Woods as well. I just hope that after finding Glide, he continues to check these pickups.
Opening the 4 energy door, and let's see if he immediately alt-arts after Glide. He's keeping to check the pickup. That's very nice. Like I said, Dash is here as well, so yeah, this will put him in go mode once he fight. Oh god, no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no, Dedew!
Ooh, okay, that's rough. He was so close to go mode right there, and now he would probably make the Sorrow play. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's probably thinking with Glide that his next progression is in Sorrow now, and it could be Bash. We haven't seen that yet, so maybe he will find that, which would also put him in go mode.
Looks like he's typing in the SRL chat right now. He's a little bit upset with the seed, which I think is very understandable.
Yeah, that's totally fair. Really not finding the one progression he needed. It probably came down to double jump in this seed, but now he... Oh, okay.
Oh!
That's a frog shot.
That's frustrating.
Okay, and yeah, he's in... Oh no, he's not in the clear.
Commentator's curse strikes again.
I didn't even finish the sentence. Oh god, yeah, it looks like auto defense is not even working on these spikes. They still deal 4 damage, or maybe that is with auto defense and they normally deal more damage. I do not know.
Yeah, these spikes normally deal 5 damage, so with ultra defense, they're still going to do 4. You can, with some very tricky timing, have them do less damage. Good job, Dedew, making it through there. That's a very tough one to do. You can, with good timing, make them hurt less by damage boosting off the spider shots. But looks like we are going to be joined by Grimelios for an interview. We can drag him down. Hi, Grimelios. GG on your run, and congratulations on your win.
Thank you very much. That was terrifying.
Terrifying in what way?
Because I'm facing Dedew, and the first seed was super fast, which means that it's scary because you might go fast and miss something. Second seed was scary for the opposite reason. It was really slow for a long time, and I knew that there were areas I hadn't checked. And so I, for all I knew, Dedew had like bash and dash way earlier than I did, or something like that. That's why it was scary.
Yeah, that can definitely be a concern in those slower openings. Speaking of that opening, what went through your mind when you saw that mapstone, swamp teleporter, grotto teleporter chain at the beginning?
It's the slowest opening I think I've ever seen in any randomizer seed, which was hilarious. Like, it went further than the mapstones. It then gave us grenade and forced us to go back to the one remaining pickup at that charge flame orb. So in a way it was nice because it was completely linear. Like, there really wasn't any opportunity to sequence break pretty much at all. But otherwise, it wasn't bad, it was just super slow.
And then once you got charge jump there from that charge flame orb, what went through your mind at that point was essentially most of the right side of the map opened up for you.
Right. So my rule of thumb is just go for trees, pretty much all else equal, and check stuff along the way. So when I got charge jump, immediately a lot of the wall jump area was in logic, a lot of grotto was in logic, but grotto sucks without wall interaction. And so I figured I'll just go get Blackroot out of the way. It's not going to be much faster than anything else. And, it gets me a tree for my troubles. And then after that, I think I went to double jump. So just kind of all else equal, I like to go towards skill trees first.
Yeah, and that served you very well. Obviously, going to skill trees is great for clues, but you managed to find all of the dungeon keys pretty darn quickly in this seed.
Yeah, it's always cool when that happens because suddenly you don't have to care about like tree 3, 6, 9, etc. It's just all I need to do is get to trees, which means that after I got both dungeon keys, my only priority was finding skills. And like I said, while searching for skills, I prioritized going to trees. But like, I think I had a bunch of skills, and then I was searching for a while because I wanted like one of, feather, dash, bash, something. And then I got both glide and dash, and it was just, was all I needed to search for at that point.
And how did you feel when you got those two pickups? It was pretty late in the season. They were at the spider stack area, which was available pretty early. Did you think at that point that Dedew maybe checked it first for you?
To be honest, I was kind of 50-50. Like, the first seed, I think I got really lucky with skills. I'll have to watch it back to see how Dedew did, but I think I got really lucky. Second seed, I wasn't sure, but the thing about the spider sack area is that even though it becomes in logic really early, it's also really slow for only a handful of pickups, especially if you don't have 4 energy. So I always skip it for a long time. Dedew's good enough that I'm sure he skipped it for a long time as well. That's why I decided to go back to spider sack in my search, because like I had touched on like every other area at that point, but I hadn't gone to spider sack at all. And so, yeah, I guess I wasn't too sure about finding those pickups, but I was happy to get them.
Yep, I'm going to go ahead and interrupt our interview here for a brief race update. Dedew has made it through Misty Woods, managing to do that, and took some time out to type in SRL some concerns about the final escape with his current skill set. But he does have 10 trees and looks to be on his way to Horu. He might decide to look for some more abilities first, or he might just decide to go in and try for this very difficult escape.
Can I just say, I'll have to watch the race back. I can't know exactly what happened to Dedew, but like, I got climb at the mini boss, and to me that was an enormous find because it was wall interaction and it opened up like easy sorrow access, grenade jumps, a ton of stuff. That's so lucky. Again, I don't know whether Dedew checked it or not, but like, I'm happy with those wins. I feel like I got pretty lucky as well.
Of course, in the randomizer, it's always like someone is getting more random than the other one, and you certainly played that as pretty well as well. So, not saying that Dedew is not playing well. He has gotten quite random in both these seeds, but you will find out when you rewatch Grim. I don't really want to spoil too much.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it either, especially if you want to go back and rewatch fresh. But yeah, Dedew has played well for what he's had. It's just a matter of sometimes you get randoed, especially with these seeds where the entire map opens up like it did here. When you go from having access to 1 pickup to having access to 100 pickups, it's kind of a lottery as to which one you pick, which places you go, and which things you choose. And Dedew, unfortunately, pulled the wrong numbers out of that lottery.
That's kind of my feeling when I saw the time. I mean, I had the SRL window closed, but when I opened it up, because I spent a lot of time searching, so I knew I must have gotten pretty lucky. I'll take it, though, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Oh, no, and
no.
going back to the race, Dedew, for the second time, altaring out of the spider sack area. The only thing he has left in that area is that dash on the health cell, and that would let him finish the escape, but maybe he'll be going back for it. I don't know that with his skill set he could actually climb up out of the energy cell where he was. Looks like for now he's heading leftward into the rest of Blades, maybe going to finally find that double jump pickup.
Yeah, there's some pickups here, and he will find double jump, pretty sure. This looks good.
Yeah, he's heading up through that wall jump loop now. There's double jump, or in this case, quad jump. And an altar immediately. We'll have to see if he thinks he can finish the escape now.
He should have he should have triple jump, maybe even quad jump.
Yeah, he does have quad jump. He picked up the extra double jump pickup fairly early, and has ultra defense, so he definitely has triple jump already skilled.
And he has clean water, so with ultra defense and clean water, he can take damage boosts in the final escape, and he's also making his way to the final escape now. This is probably what he needed to finish. Still pretty rough on him. Like, this is an area that you check in, like, say, probably 95% of seats pretty early on, and with the progression that the game gave them, it put so many things in logic that you just didn't check it.
Yep, and as Dedew heads to the final escape, Grim, thank you for joining us. We'll go ahead and close out the rest of the race at this point.
Yep, thanks, guys.
GG.
So Dedew making his way through Horror Fields, that quadruple jump and charge jump and glide, letting him get past those elementals, and make his way over to the door of Mount Horu, where he will get to do some door warps, which, as we have heard before, is either a silly trick or a stupid trick. Either way, it's a hard trick.
Oh, that was an interesting animation entering the door there. Okay, so he will just have to reload, and then again he has to press up on the frame that the game loads, and this looks good. Yeah, he's through.
First
checking
try,
validation.
Checking validation for us. I don't think it could be Bash. No.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Just a map stone.
It's pretty interesting that he still has only 7 health cells. Like, his energy count is 12, and he has looked through a lot of pickups.
Yep, but while missing Bash is going to be a little bit more difficult for the seed, and climb means that he won't have access to grenade jumps. Oh, charge dash efficiency. Thank you, Kuro. That's
yeah.
That was
so
I'm
useful.
sure very nice for Grimelios as he came through here with charge dash, but not so nice for Dedew. Maybe even less useful than that 2 experience that Kuro gave us last game.
It kind of is. Oh,
all right, I've never seen this particular combination before.
It works.
Nicely done, Dedew. That little quad jump around and that.
Gonna take 1 damage boost.
Take 1 damage boost and charge jump up and makes it through. And
okay, he should be fine.
Yeah, he should be fine from here. The fish shouldn't hurt him too much, and then he can just float up. Oh no!
Ugh, barely missing the water with his stomp and hitting the log. And this escape is so slow without dash, so it will take a while to get back there. This looked really solid so far. Maybe it's a little of a nerf thing.
Yeah, I like that that play the second time around, using Charge Flame to break that horizontal barrier, which despawns Kuro in the room, and then going over the top, which keeps Kuro from spawning in the second room. Makes it through the elemental room again with only 1 damage boost. And
Almost touching the
down,
fire, but he's fine.
makes it to the water. Okay. Using Charge Flame to keep the fish away from him. And 1 more charge jump. Despawns Kuro successfully. Climbs up the wall. Another charge jump. Oh no. Oh good. Okay, quad jump lets him get up there. Okay. And
Yep.
he's through. GG to Dedew.
GG, man. This seed was pretty rough on him. GG to making it through. We'll finish
Yeah.
out with about 1 hour.
Yeah, that's a rough skill set for the final escape. And yeah, we'll be finishing this up in at a time of a little over an hour, as Dedew just holds right and looks like is joining us in chat.
Though, of course, his final time here will take a little bit longer than Grimelios's because he could not do the final grenade jump, which saves about 40 seconds, I think. For some reason, it skips half of this cutscene.
Yep, as Kuro crushes the life out of poor Ori, and Dedew takes control of our friend that we haven't seen really ever in this game because it's not a part of the game that we play. Naru will run to the right and finish Dedew off with a final time of 1 hour and 8 seconds. GG Dedew, GG Grim. Congratulations to Grim for his 2-0 victory. And we will see if Dedew would like to come in and have a chat with us.
Wow, I appreciate that. We just asked him if he wants to do an interview, and he's like, sure, why not? So we will be able to talk to him shortly and find out his thoughts about these 2 seats.
Yeah, as soon as he gets himself set up here, we're just waiting on him to show up in the Discord.
Yep. We can watch the cutscene here, the pretty spoilery cutscene if you don't know the game, but
Yep, and all right, Dedew has now joined us here in the chat. Dedew, GG. Unfortunately, 0-2 loss in this match, but how are you feeling?
Disappointed? Yeah, probably that's the best word to describe it. I'm a little bit sad that I kind of got randoed. I was hoping to do a little bit better, but yeah, in the end, it's fine. It's just like for fun, and I'm still sad because I was trying to do real well and practice like a lot, like several hours a day, and just losing like that is, I guess, against Grim is like really good at randomizer, so it's like no problem. Yeah, still sad a little.
well, it was a pretty good performance by you anyway. Like, we were pretty amazed, like, by your solo traversal and then like stomping on a bird in Valley to make it through there without charge and stuff like that. You could really see that you're pretty good on these executional stuff. Of course, just getting a little bit rendered in this seat, but like I said, we're doing it for the fun. Someone has to win.
Yeah, I was hoping to find something on the left side, but it didn't. So that's why I decided to go left side, since like right side I didn't find anything at all.
Yeah, that's
I was really impressed when I saw like Grim finished in 39 minutes. I really wonder how he did it because I don't know.
Yeah.
well, we'll keep from spoiling you too much on it if you want to rewatch the race later. But what were your thoughts? As I'll ask you the same question I asked Grim earlier, what were your thoughts on the way that the seed opened with that double mapstone, double teleporter chain into grenade?
I love seeds like this. But yeah, then like when we found charge jump and grenade charge jump, like so much was open and it was like really hard to find the right thing. To know where progression was, because like charge jump we had grenade already, and then having charge jump and grenade was like, okay, everything is open, where do we go now?
Yeah, and you even had stomp at that point because you had successfully skipped that bridge cutscene and made it over to the XP orb behind Gumo and grabbed that there. So even more of the map was open for you.
Yeah, and I kind of forgot that I sequence broke the stomp, so I was checking pickups like using clean water and stomp that weren't even in logic.
Yeah, though of course with charge jump that stomp pickup did immediately come into logic, so
Yeah.
it wasn't too much of an issue.
Yeah, I still lost a lot of time, like not going for charge jump right away. But of course, like it could have been one of the plans, or could have been anything really. So just how Rando is.
He
Yeah,
did find
with
the dungeon pretty early though, so that's nice. Like not having to worry about them. But there's another question. Like you were looking for some kind of wall interaction for quite a long time in this seed. And then later on, you found double jump in the glades area, in the left glades area. Was that an area you even considered to go back to, or did you like forget about that because you normally clear it out that early?
I did consider it when I went up through. Like I checked Spirit Cavern at some point, and I was like, I'm gonna check Spirit Caverns because there's more pickups, and just hoping there's nothing down there. So that's why I didn't go back for it. But like I knew that I didn't get those pickups.
Okay, it can be pretty easy to forget about these things because you like check that 95% of seeds probably. So I was just wondering.
Yeah, Dido, I'd like to actually take you back to the first game if you remember much about it. Making that play to do the reverse Frankie walk with dash and take the Frankie under the crushers and then finding bash in lower Blackroot. What, if you remember, what was going through your mind when you found that?
I was thinking that I should have done it straight away. After, I don't know, like I'm pretty sure I got Stomp Tree before that, or Bash Tree, I don't remember. But like I got one of those two trees, and I was hoping to find like Stomp or Bash on the right side, like somewhere in Grove. Or even climb, because since we had charge jump, that would have made it a little bit faster than having to work with Frankie.
Yeah, definitely.
And yeah, now like when I found Bash, I was like, okay, I just lost 3 minutes to searching for skills and didn't find any.
It was still a sequence break though, so there really was no reason for you to, or not like no reason, but there was no way for you to know that there was something there. It wasn't even in progression, but enabled all of this progression throughout the seed.
Yeah, and I feel like I played the start of the siege really well. Like my routing overall was really good, except the fact that I just lost too much time searching for like clearing up again. So like until the kill room, I lost a minute to that, and then losing like a few minutes to clearing Grove and stuff that I should have gone straight down. But like that's, you don't know. Like sometimes you're just gonna find Storm pretty quick and then have everything you need and just continue, right? And yeah, it wasn't the case this time.
Yeah, well, thank you for joining us, Didu. Unfortunate that we won't see any more of your games in the tournament, but we do have to close this up. So our next race will be here on Speed Gaming 2 in just over half an hour at 3 p.m. Eastern. That will be Sigma versus Terra for their game 1 of 3. So thank you to Didu and Grim for that excellent set of 2. Thank you to Griffs for restreaming, Raziel and Nans for trucking, and thank you, Spirit, for commentating with me.
I did plus commentating this one. Thank you to
Yep, and I hope to see all of you here for this Sigma versus Terra match. Have a good day.